Welcome back to Garden Ninja. Today I'm going to be taking you through the differences between a formal and an informal garden design to better help you when it comes to designing your own garden. Now there are quite a few differences between a formal and informal garden, so I thought it'd be really useful today to take my pencil and to start drawing out the two different styles of design to give you an idea of where they differ, and you can really see the characteristics of both a formal and an informal garden design. So starting with formal garden design. Formal gardens are based on symmetry. Sometimes they may use a grid or an axis which all the garden is planned off. They're based on geometry, neatness and order, making sure there's symmetry with either the beds, the planting or any hard landscaping. Maybe for people that like super neatness and to control Mother Nature and to adapt all the planting plans to fit your needs. So formal gardens are usually known as quite high maintenance and require quite a lot of design to get right. If you're thinking of the Palace of Versailles, knot gardens, stately homes, where the gardens are laid out symmetrically in a geometric pattern, you've probably seen formal gardens. Informal gardens, on the other hand, are a much broader spectrum of garden. So we're talking of a more natural look, maybe using asymmetry where there's a balance on one side against another that isn't perfectly symmetrical. The use of different geometric shapes, curves and planting groups means that informal gardens are a much broader style. When you hear of things like cottage gardens, Japanese gardens, Mediterranean styles, they're all styles of informal gardens and there's a much broader scope. But you have to be careful with informal gardens because there's a broader scope and they're more natural. Sometimes you can design them quite lazily, thinking it looks natural, but really it just cuts corners. So I'm going to take you through two example plans to show the difference between a formal garden and an informal garden so that you can see the rules that you should be following to ensure design success. So what I'm doing here is starting the sketch of the formal garden. You'll notice that all the measurements are precise and in proportion with the house. Now although this design is not going to win Chelsea Flower Show or be commended by Cleve West, it is here as an example to show you how the proportions and balance are laid out in a formal garden. So what we've got here are 4 symmetrical beds with a pathway running in a crisscross between the two. This design could be folded like a napkin and still provide symmetry, which is key with formal gardens. I've included some standards within the middle of each of these beds to give a unity to the planting scheme and some low hedging. I've also finished it with a small water feature in the centre that's edged in something like maybe lavender to show the proportion and scale of the design. Again, it's always in balance. And here it is, a very basic but proportioned and balanced formal garden design that could be folded on any axis for perfect symmetry. The informal design is very different, by using large geometrical circles and breaking up some of the square edges using a curvy design. Now I'm using circles to hide some of the harder square edges of the design, trying to keep it more natural. Now I know the path that I've just drawn is a pretty weak curve, which is design no-no, but obviously this is just a quick rough drawing to give you an idea. I've included some herbaceous perennial borders, a round lawn in the centre, some paved areas here using consistent paving, and a few trees to give an example of how you may lay out an informal garden design. So here we have it, my really speedy 2 designs side by side. They probably didn't take me longer than 10 minutes, and that does show in the designs, but it does give you a good idea of the formal garden design versus the informal, and the differences that you might see. So there we have it, a whistle-stop guide between formal and informal garden design. Now obviously, these are only very basic designs and there are hundreds if not thousands of different permutations. But why not have a look at some of my other videos on YouTube or subscribe to my channel to find more helpful guides to both garden design and gardening. I'm Garden Ninja, thanks for watching and tune back soon.